Hello everyone, welcome to one more session of Science with me. Children, today we are continuing the chapter Force, Work and Energy. In a previous video, we have studied about the force. Now in this video, we are going to learn about the work. So children, work is used to describe a lot of activities in everyday life, right? Children, in science, however, the word work has a very specific meaning. So, work is said to be done only when the force applied on an object causes it to move through a distance in the direction of the force. However, work is also said to be done when the force applied on the object causes a change in the shape or size of the object. For example, a horse pulling a cart, a man drawing water from well. So the work, children, the work has been done, the force applied. Okay, so when you kick a football, okay, so what you are doing? You are applying a force and that causes it to move. So this is considered as work because the force is being applied to the football to make it move. That's why it's moving, because we applied the force on it. Okay, so children, the activities like reading, sleeping, thinking, these are not considered as a work in science. Why? Because no force is being applied in this case and no object is being moved. No object is moving. So in science, the work is not done. So what is a work? Work is said to be done only when the force applied on an object causes it to move through a distance, right? So now children, what is a machine? So when we're talking about the machines, see children, machine makes our work easier and faster. So children, when a task is difficult to do with the hands, so at that time we use tools. That is called the machine. Okay, what is a machine? When any work is given to us to do, when task, you can say and that task is very difficult to do with a hand. So at that time we use the tools that called a machines. Okay, a simple machine is a tool that makes our task easier and faster with the use of less force. Okay, so the types of the simple machines are lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, screw and wedge. So the lever, okay, so a lever, example of a lever, a pair of scissors, etc. Okay, so lever, children, a lever is a simple machine that is made up of a rod resting at the point around which is turned. And basically it is used to lift or move the heavy weight. Okay, or you have to open the lid with a tin. Suppose opening the lid with a tin using a spoon. Okay, suppose, if you want to cut a paper, so at that time you are using the scissor. Okay, the scissors. So the cutting of a piece of a paper, we are using the scissors. So a pair of scissors we use to cut it. So a pair of scissors is an example of a lever. Okay, and when we use a spoon handle to open the lid of a tin, so the spoon acts as a lever. Okay, and the second one is a pulley. Okay, so example of the pulley is a well, flagpole, etc. So children, a pulley is also a simple machine that has grooved wheel and rope running between the grooves of the wheel. Have you seen the well? Okay, so and it is used to lift heavy objects attached to one end of the rope. So the drawing water from a well with the help of a pulley is an example. Okay, now the third one is wheel and axle. Children, can you think? So can you think of things that have a wheels? Yes, almost all vehicles have wheels. Okay, so these wheels have a rod connected to them. Okay, that is called the axle. Okay, have you seen that one rod is there and that is connected with them? So this rod is called the axle, right? So the axle and this axle, what this axle do? The axle moves the wheel. So moving heavy objects become easier. That becomes very easy, okay, with the help of a wheel and axle. Okay, so what are the examples of the wheel and axle? Steering of a wheel, doorknob, etc. Now moving to the fourth one, that is the inclined plane. Okay, See, the examples of the inclined plane is slide, ramp. These are the examples of the inclined plane. So children, you know, an inclined plane is a sloping surface, right? Have you seen the ramp and slide? So it has a sloping surface that is used to, that is used to push or pull heavy objects to a certain height. Okay, so at that time a simple smooth board places at an angle can be used as an inclined plane. Okay, children, you must have seen that heavy curtains being loaded onto a truck by pushing them up, and with one inclined board is there. Okay, so they are pushing up the heavy objects. Okay, so that is the inclined plane. Okay, so screw and wedge are the two types of inclined plane, right? Now the fifth one is the screw. Now screw examples are bottle cap, bulb holder, etc. So children, you know, a screw is actually it is also an inclined plane. Okay, so one thread, you know, inclined plane thread is wrapped around a cylinder that has a sharp pointed end, right? So screw are turned with the help of the screw driver. As they rotate, they also move forward, and you know, they help to attach the things to each other. Okay, now the last one is wedge. So the example of the wedge is knife. So children, you know, a wedge has at least one inclined plane ending in a sharp edge. Okay, so this sharp edge helps to cut the things. So this is an axe. It is a very good example of the wedge, right? We have learned about the force and work. Now we are going to study about the energy and its sources. So children, what is energy? You know, it is the ability to do work. Okay, so energy. See, you know, we need energy to do everything, right? From basic activities such as walking, reading, and talking. So to difficult tasks such as the lifting, okay, or carrying and climbing. So these all are the work. So the ability to do the work, that is energy. So children, we need energy to do everything, right, from the basic activities such as the walking, reading, and talking. So energy is the ability of the body to do work. So now, you know children, energy exists in various forms. Okay, so these are the different forms of energy, right? So different forms of energy are heat energy, chemical energy, mechanical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy. So these are the different forms of energy, right? So energy can change from one form to another. So these different forms of energy, children, we are going to study in the higher classes in detail. Okay, so these are the energy exists in the various forms such as, so these are the different forms of energy, different types of energy. So the different source of energy. So now we'll learn about the sources of energy. So children, the sun, water, and wind, these are some natural sources of energy. Okay, sun. So sun, children, you know, the sun is the main source of all energy on the earth. Okay, because sun is the main source of energy. The energy that we get from the sun is called solar energy. Okay, so what is the solar energy? The energy which we are getting from the sun, that is the solar energy, and solar and sun is the main source of all energy on earth, right? Actually, you know, the plant use this solar energy to make the food with the help of their leaves. Food has energy stored in the chemical form, and we get heat and light energy from the sun. Okay, we are getting the heat and light also from the sun. So the energy which we get from the sun, that is a heat and light. This energy we are getting from the sun. And solar energy can also be used to generate electricity. Okay, so solar energy can also be used to generate electricity. Now the water, the second source of energy is the water. So children, you know, moving water has a lot of energy in it. Okay, when the water is moving, it has a lot of energy in it. So this energy is called the hydro energy. Okay, So, and this hydro energy, to use this energy, what we are doing, we build dams. So these dams allow the water to fall from a height into a turbines which with a great force, and then turbine moves and help to produce electrical energy. So turbine, children, a turbine is a machine with rotating blades. Okay, so then turbines, these dams allow the water to fall down from a height into a turbines with a great force, and then turbine moves and it help produce to electrical energy. Now the third sources of energy is the wind. Children, moving air, okay, when the air is moving, that we have learned, moving air is called wind, and any object that is moving has energy in it. Okay, so energy of the wind, called the wind energy, can turn windmills, which in turns can move turbines. So the movement of turbines help to produce electrical energy. So these are the different sources of energy, and these are the natural sources of energy are the sun, water and wind. So children, we have completed this chapter. In this chapter we have studied about the force. Okay, a push or pull is called a force. Types of force, one was the gravitational force and the other was the friction. We have learned gravity and the friction. Okay, and we have learned about the work and the energy, right? So thank you and bye bye to everyone. We'll meet up with the next video again.